Welcome to Paul's Toolbox. I have a couple of key points that I want to bring out when building a gate. And viewers of mine have brought this to my attention and were asking questions on my website. So I wanted to get back with them and really show what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to explain everything. So I built this gate right here nearly 6 years ago. It doesn't sag. You can see it's pretty tall. It's nearly 7 feet tall. And this part alone right here, I made one side longer than the other because I was pulling my trailer back here all the time, and I had one that I wanted to just have short, and this one was long. 76 inches right here. It has not sagged one bit, and that's because I built it right. And I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, but a lot of people have asked me questions about the post and how I got it to where it stays up there. What do you need to make this stay straight? With long spans like this, I always use cedar. Cedar's light. Now, even when I do a fence around, all the way around, if I use treated wood, I'll make the front cedar because my gates being cedar works a lot better. If you make this out of treated wood, it's gonna sag. You're not gonna be able to keep this up because it's too heavy. On my runners, I also use cedar. Right here, I use a lap joint to put this together. And what I did was I notched out these areas, put them together, and when I did that, I put a good exterior wood glue on here. I use Titebond. You can use Elmer's or any other brand. I just happen to have Titebond, and I use that a lot. But on here, I used an exterior glue, solid exterior glue, so it's waterproof, or as much water resistance as you can have. Now, I glued this together, and then I screwed it in 4 spots. This thing is rock solid. Over here, on my cross brace, I just used pocket screws. I used 2 pocket screws, ran it in there. You could take them and face the pocket screws on the inside where the fence board covers it, but it really doesn't matter. This worked fine. I set it up here, I put glue in there, and then I ran the pocket screws to tighten it up. This is called a Z-brace. When I put my Z-brace in here, I go from the hinge side down and I bring it up. That way it's holding this end up. This is the proper way to do it. You have it from the hinge side, from the post, and it's holding this end up. You're not going to try to hold it up this way. So that's my cross brace. I'm using cedar 2x4s for the bracing, and these are cedar fence boards. That's what you want. You make a square frame, you use cedar boards, and that's going to hold it in place. This is a question that people ask me all the time. What kind of post should I use to put this in? Well, when you're using a long gate like this, or a large area, this is over 6 feet. When you're doing something like that, you really want to have something to support this. This pole right here was a smaller pole. It was a 4x4. So I strapped it to this wall and boxed it in. And let me show you. We'll pull this off real quick because I'm going to redo this. The finish on this, it's time to restain it. So I'll just pop this off and we'll put it back on. I'll put it back on when I go to redo it. No big deal. So we'll take this baby out and let you see that this was a short post that was originally here, and I just added to it to get the height, and I strapped it to the wall on this side. And if you have a wall to strap it to, great. If you don't, you want to use a larger post like a 6x6. That's what I would use when you have a large gate. Just put 6x6s and then you can box them in. But you see right here, this is where my post stopped. I took a strap, ran it into my brick, I drilled in here, put a little plastic plug, and screwed a screw in there. And now this thing is rock solid. It does not budge. That enables me to hold this whole gate up. If you do not do something like this, you need a 6x6, and you need to go deep. You need to go at least 24 inches deep, or even a little deeper if you can, to make this thing solid to where it'll hold something that expands out that far without flexing. Because it's going to want to flex if it's not tied into something this way. It's going to want to bend. If you have it tied into a fence coming here, you can lock it in. Or if I had, say, a post here and a post here, I can strap this post to this one, or you know, you tie it in with your runners, and that gives it more strength and keeps it from wanting to go that way. But whenever you use a large gate, it's always best to use a larger post. You see what I did right here? I just ran a 2x4 all the way up, and it goes past the height of this, and then I stacked them on there and nailed them together. That gave me a nice solid piece to go off of. These two pieces sat on top, I nailed it to there, and then I used pocket screws and ran it straight down into here. Or you could just take a screw, run on an angle, and toenail it down into this to lock it in. Now this thing is all locked in place, it's not moving. Here's the gate on the other side of my house. And you can see I'm tied into this fence that goes across. It locks into there, and that's what holds this in place and keeps it really strong. Now this gate too is a good 6 feet. So it's holding it up, it doesn't sag at all. Now let me show you something about cap boards. I have another video on cap boards and you might want to check that out. This right here is my cap board, and I can take it off and put it on anytime I want. I had a shorter board, but it didn't matter. That was my last board I had right here, and I was able to put it on there and cap it, and it all looks right. So this can easily be removed and easily be put back on there. I don't even have to nail it. It all stays in place. On the gate itself, I tacked them in a couple of spots here with some screws. I can unscrew them and pull it off when I go to restain this. I never did stain this one. I plan on doing it when I do my other one real soon. So that's a rundown on it. This is a lot easier than you think. If you just follow my instructions, you can make your gates stay together without sagging as well. And you can make some pretty cool little cap boards on the top of here that you can pull off anytime and do whatever you want with this fence. If you had to change out this board, any one of these, on the gate, I just unscrew a couple of screws and pull it out. On this one, like I said, I just pull it off. Slips in there, and it stays in place. You don't have to worry about it coming off. Well, that's it for now. I'm getting my warmer clothes together because I'm heading up to Oregon to go visit some good friends. I'm going to the studio for Stone Coat Countertops. They're another YouTube channel, and the link is in the description box for this guy's channel. Mike is excellent. This guy can teach you so many things about making all types of projects with epoxy. You really got to see some of his projects, and we're going to be doing one together. Also, I'm going to go check out my sister and my brother-in-law in Oregon when I'm out there. So, I will see you guys on the next project. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out paulstoolbox.com for all my archive videos, and I have a lot more videos coming down the pipe. The problem is I've been extremely busy lately, and I hadn't had a chance to post them. So when I get back, you'll see some other ones coming through. I'll see you guys later.